A special day here in Wellington as the Wellington Dukes honor and remember the Tyendinaga Mohawk territory and all of the atrocities and the tough history that Indigenous people have gone through, especially with the residential school system in Canada. It'll be a very special day for every child that matters, as the Dukes will be wearing orange jerseys on the ice today against these Caledon Admirals, a team that they are facing for the fourth and final time this year. And again, a very special day as well for two particular Dukes, and Jackson Boyer and Creo Solomon, two guys that have Métis heritage as well. So nice to see that. And again, we talked to Callie Hill of the TTO, Tyendinaga Language and Cultural Center, and we'll have that conversation along with Kelly Martin of the Dukes later on in the first intermission. And we'll have great fundraising events going on here all the way through to the final buzzer. And all in all, a pretty nice event put on here. And this is supposed to be the first of many that the Dukes will be putting on. So the first annual Every Child Matters game being played along with the drumming as well. And they'll be playing as well in the first intermission on a platform overlooking the ice here at Lehigh Arena. So be watchful for that perhaps, as well as, again, we got an intermission feature with Callie Hill, the TTO, and Kelly Martin of the Dukes, as we do a little puck drop. And Jackson Boyer, Creo Solomon out there as well. And unfortunately, starting goaltenders, the Caledon Admirals are going to go with 17-year-old Antonino Rizzo, who is 2-16 with a .662 goals against and an .856 save percentage. And again, Caledon coming in with a bit of a tough record. They are .835, 1-3, 20 points, although they have beaten last year's win total of 7 under head coach Chris Taylor. Down at the other end is Ethan Morrow, 17, 6-1, a .226 goals against, a save percentage of .914 in 24 previous games, and he's creeping closer to the Dukes, to the top of the Dukes all-time win total for goaltenders in history, along with the likes of Jordan Ruby, Ole Lafreniere, and Connor Reitman. Now you get a look at Chris Taylor on the Caledon bench, trying to help his team surge their way through. Derek Smith also with a special day for his team, hoping that can be a little bit of a push and give his team a little bit of a jump start early on here. Again, lots of people from the Tyendinaga Mohawk territory in attendance, as well as some regular longtime fans of the Dukes. And Wellington will start out with Jackson Boyer on the back end, Julian Jacob and David Campbell, Jacob Brutenhill alongside Connor Hunt. And Caledon starting out with a former Duke, Will Poot, along with Spencer Borg, a former St. Mike's Buzzer, and Owen Norman. On the back end, Seth Doney, as well as Blake Power. So we're underway here in Wellington, and right off the bat, Julian Jacob comes in with a backhand. He's going to be denied. There's a rebound try by Boyer. That one's going to whistle just wide of the far post. Touched along by Andrew Stotts. Those chance in tight, 2 saves, rebound. They score on the second shot, and Caledon has opened the scoring. Nice work there by the Admirals to get it to the net, and it's going to be Evan Kojikaro, former North York Ranger, that pots home the second chance effort. And it comes off the rush too. Nice little touch by Andrew Sotso, cycled it back, and then the chance from Kojikaro was denied in the first chance, and then Morrow tried to get down in the second one and ended up going over him. So it's Jacob Brutenhill, the captain of the Dukes, weaves in. Brutenhill holds on, drags, shoots right on, and scores. That's 25 on the year for the captain, and Brutenhill has tied the game with 9:11 remaining in the first. Nice little toe drag and a shot, and he waited for a lane to become available. He didn't just try to jam it through a bunch of bodies. He just waited for that lane to become available. Kind of uses Campbell as a decoy. Hunt was passing by as well, and then Brutenhill drags, whips it off, and beats Rizzo over the blocker cleanly. Jacob Brutenhill continues to have himself another solid season, up to 25 goals now on the year, and 52 points. So he's still a little bit power. Final few seconds ticking off of this first period, so the Admirals will have some power play time left over, unless Kononov can break free for a goal. Daniel Kononov is denied in the backhand by Morrow, and that was a breathtaking stop by Morrow in the dying seconds to deny Daniel Kononov of what would have been his 12th of the year. 1-1 though the score, and Caledon leads in shots, 12-10, 10-1. So we'll see if the Dukes can really bust through here as a shot in off a body. He's going to ricochet right to Barrett Joint. Bouncing puck will get settled down. Matheson Mason twists away from pressure, feeds it right out in front. They score. Barrett Joint on the doorstep. Takes that centering pass in the backhand and pops it upstairs on Rizzo. That's 22 for the Sydenham native, and Barrett Joint continues to have himself a solid fourth campaign with the Dukes. And it's Mason again with good stick control there. Turns back when he sees no gap there down the end boards, and then he slips it right out in front on the backhand, and Joint was right in tight, gets it off with his quick release. Rizzo couldn't quite center himself. Just a nicely placed shot by Joint upstairs, and it's 2-1 Dukes. 4 minutes and 15 seconds into period 2. Dukes still have some power play time left, but it's dwindling down. In fact, Hedy Arachi's going to leave the box now, so the Dukes drop another chance in the power play. There's a drag and a shot through, scores. Brugdenhill again right after the power play ended, and Rizzo had a little bit of an opening between his pads and the post, and Brugdenhill somehow found that tiny little space. A quick, precise, accurate wrister from the captain, and he's got 2 today to make it 3-1. 7:15 into the second period, so Brugdenhill's 2 goals come only about 3 minutes apart. Nice work done there by him as he fires it right through the 5-hole and expands the Dukes' lead to 2. Offensive zone, ball to Sarre with a snapshot through, glove save, rebound, scores. On the rebound, it's Owen Norman. Popping it home, Morrow couldn't handle that long-range shot. He gloved it and then knocked it down. And before he could try and trap it, Owen Norman was standing right there in front of him, and he puts it upstairs just underneath the crossbar, and the Admirals have pulled back to within 1. And again, when I say they were threatening, they really were, because Norman and Borg were both standing there in the slot area. Morrow made the initial save and then tried to slide back quickly. But before he could do that, Norman had already put it upstairs, and the Admirals have closed the gap a little bit. Poop can't clear it. He got stripped clean by Moskowitz. Ed Moskowitz across. One-time shot. They score. Ryan Cutler off the steal by Moskowitz. He goes rink wide across the seam, right in the wheelhouse of Cutler, and he slaps one right along the ice and skims through the feet of Antonino Rizzo, and the Dukes have reestablished their 2-goal lead as a result. Moskowitz just waiting for that play to kind of develop a little bit. You can see Cutler almost being left undetected there by the defense. Takes the feet across from Moskowitz and just puts it right along the ice again. Sometimes you don't need that big, high, hard crank. Just get it along the ice. Hopefully he didn't take a chunk out of him there, Spencer Borg. That's how the second period ends. It's 5-2, Dukes leading it. After 40 minutes of play, 4 goals they score in that frame. Jacob Brugdenhill, Barrett Joint getting 2 of them. David Campbell adding in his 17th of the year as well. The boys in orange now will get it settled down. Worked along to the left side by Smith to LaPalme. He's got a break. Mason streaking for the net. High shot, save, rebound. They score. And Matheson Mason on the rebound. Stabs it home on the backhand. Knifes it over the top of Rizzo's left pad. After the initial Luke LaPalme try was fruitless. 6-2, Dukes lead, 2:41 into the third. And another goal for Matheson Mason. After being picked up from the Aurora Tigers in October, he has been absolutely on fire. 22 goals now on the year, and he has another multi-goal game today, up to 43 points on the season. And in total for the Dukes, and this is 26th game, he's now point per game with them at 26 points. Admirals will try and work it ahead, but again, they're having a load of trouble. This is going to lead to a turnover. They score. Barrett Joint again. Second of the afternoon, and it's Strickland that set him up. A pair of multi-goal games for Brugdenhill and Joint, 2 veteran players on this Dukes team that have been leading all the way through. Get another look at it here, and it's the Admirals with a bit of a sloppy clear. Rizzo couldn't quite bail them out. Barrett Joint takes advantage of it. Strickland with a nice setup there, and Joint makes the most of it. In fact, it's been a pretty nice day all the way around for the Joint family. His dad, Derek, just won the 50-50 here at Lehigh Arena. So he's taken home, I'm not sure how much it is, maybe about $500, $600. Campbell will try and get control of it there and feed it off now. Spencer Borg. This will give the Admirals a big opening here. They score. That is the door that was open right there, left open by that missed call, and Spencer Borg has tied the game with 3:06 left in the third. 7-7. Boy, this game has had it all in terms of offense, and the Caledon Admirals, who were down 7-4 at one point in this period, have come back to equal the score. And that right there was an absolute bummer for the Dukes. Nice high hard shot by Borg too. Keep in mind, that was a beautiful goal, but Wellington got dinged hard on that last penalty. It got the three non-goal calls got progressively worse, it seemed, as time went on. The first one was an obvious hand pass goal as Mason comes in with a chance, fire short side. Rizzo the save with his team, and for good reason. We're going to overtime here at Lehigh Arena, so who'd have thunk it? 7-7 after 60 minutes of play. It solves nothing, and we're headed to the extra period. 7 goals in that third frame, including 5 for the visiting Admirals. And the native of Whitby has found a way to make himself a good offensive piece to this Caledon team. 18 years of age. And right now he's off the ice, hoping that his team can get it. There's a big hold there on David Campbell. Finally, he wrestles him down. And the referees are letting this game play. They do not want to have this game decided by a power play. There's been a few of them today, but that was an obvious call both ways. It could have been. Campbell was being almost heaved off it by Owen Kerr, and then Campbell grabbed him and wrestled under the ice, just slammed him right down. Nobody's going to get called either way, though, as Brugenhill holds on, protects, and then stops at the left boards, shifts himself back to the top, and then hands off to Jacob on the cycle. Jacob waits. Brugenhill's open. He gets it. Brugenhill in tight, tucks it through, scores. It's in. Hat-trick goal, Jacob Brugenhill. That's your overtime winner, and the Dukes take it 8-7 in double OT here on Every Child Matters game. What a job done by Brugenhill. A nice little neat tuck in. Rizzo was not down on his knees. He had his legs spread wide open, and that allows Brugenhill an easy slot to deposit that one through. 27th of the season and 3rd of the day for Jacob Brugenhill, and the captain calls game on Wellington's 45th shot of the afternoon. Boy, it certainly shouldn't have been this close, but the Dukes will take it anyway. They can get it. They, for the moment, sit number 1 in the East Division, number 2 in the Southeast Conference, with 73 points, and they'll improve to 34-11, 3-2 on the season with the victory. That'll be the Dukes' 4th victory as well in the extra frame. As we bring up the third stars here on our Your TV Quinny feed, Barrett Joint with a couple of goals as well. He had a pretty solid game, earns third star honors. Then you add in Brugenhill as the first star, but first the second star, Evan Kojikara with a pair of goals, and he was one of Caledon's more dangerous offensive threats. Brugenhill, first star, a 4-point game, 3 goals and an assist. And he will